What's going on, everybody? Greetings and salutations to you all. This is Nate the Great here. It's been a couple months since I last updated you guys on what's going on. Long story short, I'm still working on trying to get a PC. It's... when you've played console games all your life, getting into a new system is, it's like freaking hieroglyphs. But still, that's a work in progress, and I'm working on that. What I thought I would do for you guys, especially since some of you, I'm sure, have been waiting so patiently for me to do something for a long time, is I wanted to finally start my first ever playthrough on my channel. And this is going to be for a game that, for those of you who saw the video last time, you'll know. But for those of you who don't, I've decided to play Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Now, this is a very underrated video game, and compared to some of the other games I've, hang on one sec, guys. It's, stupid machines. Sorry, that's my headset. It just decided to act up. But anyway, this is an underrated game, and I've enjoyed this game. It's not like some of the other games I've played in the past, but it is definitely enjoyable. And I'm going to speed through this first video because I have an idea for what I want to do for my character, and I want to get started on it. Now, my main character, you will see me play as him at some point in the future, mainly for the DLCs, but because I already played the game with him and I wanted to start over, and I was thinking about making a new character anyway, I'm going to make a new character to play this game with. So we'll do new game. I'm going to go with normal. I don't like it too easy, but I don't, where it's not enjoyable, but I don't like it too hard where it's impossible. So normal. And I'll be quiet for the next couple or so minutes, so that you guys may watch the beginning of how this story starts to unfold.
From the beginning, we were wrong, and only now, well into the second decade of the conflict, have we begun to understand the mistakes we have made. We lived in harmony among the Fae, in a world awakened to new magic. Perhaps we should have foreseen what might be born on this rising tide. What force might awaken. A force powerful enough to twist even the eternal and immutable Fae But Gadflow, the new king of the Winter Court, surprised us all. Singular among his people, he was all that other Fae were not. Aggressive, ambitious, visionary. He had power like none we had ever seen, terrible and deadly. Gadflow and his followers, the Tuatha Deum, believed that a new god was to be born in the east, beneath Gadflow's crystalline fortress of Amathen. In the name of that god, they marched to war against the young races of Amalur. Against a mortal army, no matter the power of their god, we might have been victorious. But the Fae are creatures of magic, not bound by the laws of life and death. Each Tuatha fallen on the battlefield would soon rise again, for the Fae do not know death as we do. How could we stand against such a force? For 10 years the war raged. For 10 years the armies of Men and Alpha fought and died. But as our numbers dwindled, we knew that it was only a matter of time. Our fate had been written. At least, that is what we believed. Until you died.
this one is done. Alpha, Doran, could even be a Jojo. Always a surprise, eh, Garan?
Eyes on the job, boy. Don't matter what it is. Dead's dead. And be thankful for that. All we've seen. Go on and pull back the sheet, though. It'll need to be an hour report, one way or the other.
Okay, good. Now I can actually speak. Yeah, I've had a bad timing with when to speak when it was silent, so I wanted to be absolutely sure this time. So, this game is very interesting. You play as a character called the Fateless One, and it works differently compared to other games because you go to games like Elder Scrolls, like in Oblivion, for instance, you pick a class, you pick your birth sign, stuff like that. Skyrim, kind of similar, though not really. Dragon Age, you do something similar too with picking a class and all. Here, you can pick a class, but you can also change it up whenever you want. It's a beautiful thing. You can literally play whoever you want and then switch it up at a moment's notice later on. It's just cool how things work in this game. Now, the only downside is that you only have 4 races to pick from this, which you have the Almain, the Varani, the Losofar, or Light Elves, and the Dakelfar, or Dark Elves. Basically, 2 different human and elven races. So that kind of stinks, because there are also gnomes in this game, and you've heard mention of the Tuatha and the Fae. Those would have been interesting to add in this game as well as a race to play. And then with the addition of one of the expansions, the Teeth of Naros, it would have been cool to add a Colossi into the race list as well, but that's just me personally. Anyway, I digress. I want to at least get through the first part of this before the video ends, so we're gonna get started. So I already know what I'm gonna pick, and the gender too. I'm going with a female Losofar. Losofar are a proud and ancient people from the frozen lands of the north. Losofar judge themselves fit to divine right from wrong under wind, sun, and sky, and make an even-handed justice. Racial bonuses 2 to spelling, 1 to sagecraft, 1 to alchemy. And I'll explain everything as I go along later on. I'm just trying to get through this first video as quickly as possible. Okay, and I already know what I'm going to go with for this one. It is Onshan, god of air, sky, stars, and the winds. You get patron bonuses depending on which of these you pick and which race you pick as well, which for the Losofar, one of them is for air, which I get 6% lightning damage and resistance. Very helpful. If you don't want to go with either, you can also pick none. You could basically make your character an atheist. And the only bonus you get out of that is +1 bonus experience. Helpful, but I mean, as you progress later on, it becomes kind of useless. But that's up to you guys. So I'm gonna go with air, and you can honestly pick whatever preset you want here. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You can switch it up. So preset 3. Now here's where it gets a little bit complicated. I know what I'm working with here, mostly. It's just, yeah, basically I'm trying to figure out how this goes. I took pictures earlier because I was trying to figure this out. There's a certain set way I want this to go, and I'm going to try to be quick. So let's see. Eyeshadow color. Okay, that works out pretty good so far. And as you can see, when I like to make my characters, I like making them either masculine or feminine, depending on the character I am making. Yeah, okay, that was it right there. I already know the hairstyle I'm going with for this one. This part. Hair color, which was that. I'll be a little more talkative afterwards, guys. I'm in the zone right now. I want to make my character look pretty freaking good. Yeah, here we go. How do I put? Okay, like that. All right. I think rest of it is... Oh yeah, the rest of it I should be able to get now. Yeah, I did this earlier, and I knew it was going to take a while to figure out, so... This should be a bit easier now, since I now know what I want to work with. Where's that? Ah, here we are. Here's the tattoo I'm after. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I just when I was doing this earlier, I was getting excited, and I'm actually pretty proud of this character too. And I haven't even started playing yet. Imagine that. All right, I like the way she looks. Yep, we can send it.
She's a low sulfur, and not in bad shape, all things considered. I never did like her myself. Snooty bunch.
Oh, wait a minute.
Alright then. Make sure it goes into the report. You know you'll want all the details.
Amazing how well the body held up. Better than I've seen.
I'm just glad it's not moving. Must have been born under a lucky star, this one.
Anything else we need?
Unless you'd like to name her, I think we're done. Put her with the others.
Oh, I will name her for sure, because you also get to name your character. And I choose to name her... I thought about this too. Elmira Sill. It's just... I don't know why, it's just, well, yeah, I do know why. I thought about it. I like the name it sounds. Plus, part of it's the name of a college, the other's the last name is also a character from one of the Elder Scrolls games too. Just put them together, it just works, in the wise words of Todd Howard. Alright, and we are good. Use Elmira Sill as your player name. Yeah. Send it, guy.
Well, that's it for you then. Better luck next time.
And now the game begins. Alright guys, so this is going to be my part 0 simply because of that little creation thing I was doing there, and also I don't think I can go beyond 15 minutes recording on a PS4. But basically, let me give you the brief rundown. So, as you heard from the tutorial, the main antagonist is a Tuatha Deon who goes by the name of Gadflow. He usurped his king, he killed his people, who are the Winter Fae, who we'll learn more about later on. And he's basically wreaking havoc all over Amalur with his army. And basically it seemed like everyone was doomed, and then